In the heat of battle, we focus on the strike, but Sun Tzu understood that every strike carries a cost. He taught that an army is like a precision tool. Use it, and it will eventually dull. Protective gear breaks, weapons lose their edge, and vehicles, the modern chariots, will inevitably ruin themselves under the strain of the earth. Repair and replace equipment. A commander who ignores the dulling of their forces is a commander who is leading their army towards a mechanical collapse. Courage cannot fix a broken axle, and morale cannot replace a jammed rifle. You must account for the physical decay of your power within your budget and your time frame. Maintenance isn't just about spare parts, it's about time. Every hour a tank spends in a repair bay is an hour it isn't on the front line. Sun Tzu warns that while equipment can be repaired by trained personnel, it requires a massive investment of effort and money. If you don't build maintenance windows in your strategy, your offensive will stall, not because of the enemy's strength, but because of your own equipment's exhaustion. Take the industrial overload. By April 2026, Russia's civilian industry has accelerated its decline because the state has cannibalized everything to feed the military machine. While they can produce other transport equipment, military trucks and armored vehicles at a high rate, they are structurally struggling to repair complex systems like high-end radars and air defense launchers. The fire of war is consuming their mechanical backbone faster than they can regenerate it. Take the trophy brigade and the scavenger economy. Ukraine has turned Sun Tzu's advice on its head. Facing potential reductions in foreign aid, they have mastered the art of the trophy economy. By February 2026, open source data confirmed that thousands of Russian vehicles have been captured. Ukrainian trophy brigades specialize in foraging these vehicles, repairing them, and sending them back to the front. One captured T-90 tank, repaired and refitted, is worth 20 from a factory thousands of miles away, because it is already on the earth where it is needed. A knowledgeable commander understands that wear and tear is the invisible enemy. In 2026, where high-tech drones and electronic warfare systems dominate, the dulling of the blade happens faster than ever. If your drones aren't being repaired and your vehicles aren't being serviced, your method and discipline will evaporate in the mud. Here is your war tip. Wear and tear is often overlooked. Never start a campaign without allowing for the cost of replacement equipment and the specialized labor needed for repairs. In your own strategy, ask yourself, are you accounting for the exhaustion of your tools, or are you assuming they will stay sharp forever? We have just navigated the logistical minefield of this lesson. Repair and replace equipment. In the grand tempo calculation, we often focus on the fire of the explosion, but Sun Tzu forces us to focus on the dulling of the blade. War is a friction-filled machine. It grinds down the very tools meant to win it. The core of this lesson is that mass is not enough. If you have 10,000 chariots, but only the budget to maintain 1,000, you do not have an army. You have an expensive junkyard. In the theater of 2026, we see that the side that wins the war of the workshop is the side that stays in the fight. The conflict in Ukraine has become a global masterclass in the maintenance of power. Take the struggle of the industrial giant. Look at the Russian experience in early 2026. While the Kremlin has successfully pivoted its economy to produce new equipment, the dulling effect is visible in their legacy fleet. By April 2026, Russia's industrial output is struggling to keep pace with its repair cycle of advanced optics and electronic components. They are finding that a broken chariot in the mud of the Donbas is a liability that costs more in time, money, and effort to recover than it is often worth. This is the ruining of vehicles Sun Tzu predicted, where the sheer friction of the earth defeats the machine before the enemy ever fires a shot. Take the Scavenger's Edge. On the other side, Ukraine has turned Sun Tzu's capture and replace advice into a strategic pillar. In 2026, the trophy economy is no longer just a lucky break. It is a formalized system. Ukrainian units don't just capture a Russian T-80. They have dedicated logistics teams that treat the enemy's equipment as part of their spare parts bin. One captured tank, stripped for its engine to repair to others, is the definition of method and discipline. By foraging on the enemy's mechanical graveyard, they bypass the poverty of the state exchequer and keep their blades sharp. Here is your final war tip for the 2026 landscape. Never confuse a full motor pool with a ready force. Budget for the break. Everything will fail. Capture for the cure. Use the enemy's tools to fix your own. And respect the time frame. Repairs take the one resource you cannot buy: time. In your own leadership, whether managing a fleet, a tech stack, or a team, ask yourself, are you allowing the blade to dull, or are you building the workshop into the very foundation? Sun Tzu reminds us that wear and tear is often overlooked. As we watch the high-tech maneuvers of 2026, we must remember that the most sophisticated drone is useless if its battery cannot be replaced. The commander who accounts for this friction is the only one who can maintain the momentum.